everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your weekend or your work week forecast, from August 29th through September 2nd. Most of the kids, a lot of kids started school last week, but any kids who didn't are definitely starting school here this week. So first week of school. Forecast starts off very summer-like, very hot for today and tomorrow, especially for this time of year. And then we see a big cool down for the second half of the week with a little bit of rain in between. So forecast is going to focus first on the heat and the start. Then definitely the main part of the focus is on when the rain's going to happen Tuesday night and how much we're going to get Tuesday night into Wednesday. So let's take a look at what's going on across the country. First of all, you can kind of see here we've got this system developing across the central part of the country with a front behind it, and that's actually affecting our weather in both ways. One, we see the flow is definitely coming from the southwest here across New England. It's moving the humidity, particularly in our area, and also some heat in our direction. And eventually this will be our rainmaker tomorrow night into Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. And if we take a look at our radar, we can see this has also got dew points on it. You can see it, the soup, the really soupy air, which had mostly been confined last week right to the Gulf Coast states, has really moved and crept its way all the way up the East Coast. We got dew points in the mid 60s for a lot of places in southern, basically for us in southern Vermont today. We got in the coast approaching the 70s just to our southwest. So it's going to get warm here in terms of humidity. Dew points in the 60s, mid 60s is very humid. Upper 60s is kind of oppressive feel, and we could definitely see some upper 60s. Maybe not today. Tomorrow is going to be even a little worse humidity-wise. Temperatures will also be quite warm as we top out in the upper 80s, I think, for most of us over the next couple of days. Then this front's going to approach with some rain, and what that's going to look like Tuesday by 7 p.m., front's out to the west, and basically the timing of this front, and also it's not going to have a tremendous amount of lifting energy with it. So I think there could be a few rumbles of thunder, but this is mostly just going to be in the form of rain, and any thunderstorms that come with it, with a little bit of lightning, is going to be not really have any wind with it or anything like that. So I don't anticipate any severe weather with this system at all, but I would say some showers, some moderate to at times. There could be a few heavier showers embedded in. So Tuesday, rain at 7 p.m. Rain is still to our west, so really we don't have to worry about rain until overnight on Tuesday. The front doesn't come through with a lot of speed either, because Wednesday by 1 a.m., basically overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday, the rain's just starting to get into southern Vermont by about 1 a.m. And then we should have it pretty much cleared out of here by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. So if kids, my kids' first day of school is Wednesday, and I think they get on the bus. I think that'll be dried. Won't be raining when they come out and get on the bus. It probably will still be a little damp on the ground after we get some rain, and this front will continue to swing through the rest of New England. In terms of overall amounts of rain, let me get out of the way here so you can see my numbers here. But basically, we're looking at close to an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain for a lot of areas to our west and to northwestern sections. So a place like Manchester, I think up through Rutland, have a pretty good chance of seeing at least 3/4 of an inch of rain out of this. As you get down towards more like Brattleboro area, you're probably closer to 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. So a decent amount of rain, though, I think, out of this. Unfortunately for southeastern New England, which has really been the hardest hit by the drought this summer, they will continue to get kind of skunked with this, with only 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and maybe even a little bit less in some of these areas. Not that much rain down that way. So let's take a look at your overall forecast. Hot and humid the next couple of days. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 80s, some close approaching 90 in some of the valley locations. Heat indices will definitely be over in the low 90s for most of us. Tomorrow, even a touch warmer and a touch more humid. Tomorrow is going to feel really kind of gross, unfortunately, with temperatures approaching 90 degrees. Actual air temperatures in mid 90s is a real feel temperature, maybe even some upper 90 real feel temperatures for areas like Bennington up through Manchester, that Route 7 corridor. Particularly, I think that's where the warmest and most humid air will be tomorrow. Overnight rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I said, a lot of us seeing probably all of us see at least close to 1/2 inch of rain. Up to an inch in some spots, maybe to the more northwestern parts of our forecast area. Temperatures on Wednesday in the mid 70s, and we do eventually see a few peaks of sun in the afternoon on Wednesday. Thursday is pretty nice and cool. Like I said, we're going to cool down quite a bit. Below average temperatures, highs, even with some sun, will struggle to get into the won't make it to 70 probably for almost all locations, and this is probably even a bit ambitious. It could be even a little cooler than that after starting off pretty cool in the low 50s. And then Friday, we start off real cool. Coolest morning we've had in quite some time. Low 40s for some of the valley locations, like the higher valley locations. Actually, I would say like my house here in the West River Valley, I wouldn't be surprised if I was down in the low 40s on Friday. Temperatures on Friday afternoon, even with full sun, we only make it up into the low 70s. And then it does look like we could see a bit of a warm up again as we head towards next weekend. So in terms of your work week highlights, hot, humid start to the week with big cool down coming for the end of the week. One rain chance with a front that moves through Tuesday overnight into Wednesday morning. I think pretty much all of us will see some rain out of that, definitely. Feels like temperatures in the 90s today and tomorrow. The tropics in the Atlantic look to heat up significantly this week. I didn't do any other graphics on that, but it does look like the tropical Atlantic is starting to heat up pretty significantly. Nothing that's going to impact us anytime soon, and maybe not anything that will impact us, but definitely bears a little more watching. It's been very quiet, which has kind of been a nice feature of the summer in the tropics in the Atlantic, but that does look to change this week, and a fall feel, especially for Friday morning. Okay? Thanks for joining me. I'll be back on Friday with a look at your weekend forecast, and I'll have a 3-day forecast out for you next weekend since it is a holiday weekend. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons who help support what I do here. They get a weekend forecast on Wednesday. If you're interested in what that means or how to become a patron, there's a link in the description below. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel before, I'd encourage you to do it because that makes sure that you don't miss any of my videos. All right, I'll be back on Friday.